Shemeka Lolam Maye. Washam Bene Israel, Shabbat La Sot, Shabbat Le Doro Tam Beli Ola. Beni Bene Israel, Oti Lola. Kisha Shekim Masa El Shaddai, Wet Shamayim. Wet Ta'alis, Ubayom Masbi, Shabbat, Wainafash. Baruch Shemeka, Baruch Yemeneka, Baruch Turateka, Baruch Kurishateka. El Shaddai Melech, El Shaddai Malak, El Shaddai Imlok, Lolam Mahe. Baruch Shem Kabor Makuto, Lolam Mahe. Baruch Kabor Lohim Min Kumon Melech Elyon. Haruhu, Lolam Mahe. First of all, I'd like to give all honor and praise to the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, the God of Jacob, the great mighty revered God, the Most High God, who bestows loving kindness and possesses all things, who remembers the pious deeds of the patriarchs, the Most High, slow of anger, great in kindness, forgiving iniquity and transgressions, but who will by no means clear the guilty, visiting iniquities of fathers upon children to the third and fourth generation. The Most High, his work is perfect for all his ways of justice, a God of faithfulness and without iniquity, just and right is he. You may be seated. Giving due respect and honor to a head in Israel, my father, Chief Eleazar, to the chief men, princes, brothers and sisters, I say unto you the tongue of my forefathers, Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
The laws of God is pure. The laws and the commandments of God is pure. We corrupt it. We corrupt these words. We corrupt the laws and we corrupt it by adding on. A lot of people are reading the book and adding on to what the book says to fit their mentality or to fit them. And how you feel about it and what you think about it. It doesn't count. See, the only way to get God to accept us, we have to follow these laws, commandments, and statutes according to how we read it. And this is the only way God is going to accept it. It's the only way. But we, as a people today, we read the book and we add on to it and we take away from it. Yeah. All because we have a hard time accepting what God said. We have a hard time accepting what God said. So we're going to go into the law. We're going to go into the laws and the commandments and the statutes of God. And when a teacher explains or teaches the laws and the commandments and the statutes of God, their job is to explain to the people the laws. And don't add on to what it says. Because if you can't tell me something that you said with using this book, then it's not accepted. It can't be accepted. So we're going to go into Deuteronomy 22. Got it? Deuteronomy chapter 22.
Thou shalt not see thy brother's ox or his sheep go astray.
He said, thou shalt not see thy brother's ox or his sheep go away. But it's not my ox. It ain't my ox. You know what this means? Be concerned for what belongs to your brother. Whatever is his or whatever belongs to him, I should have more concern about what is his, like if and treat it as if it was my own. God is teaching us the ways, showing us of how we need to have a heart and more concern about each other and not about yourself only. That's what these laws teaches me. So we have to be more concerned about each other. We got to be more concerned about each other. God allows certain things to happen to others to test your dedication. That's right. God allows certain things to happen to see what's your mind frame, how you're going to deal with the situation, What are you going to say concerning the situation, right? Test your dedication, your faithfulness to God. Where your mind is at to see whether you're going to bring that ox to your field or allow your brother's ox to continue to go astray because it ain't yours.
It's not yours.
Because it ain't yours. So you don't want to be involved with it. Let's read.
Thou shalt not see thy brother's ox or his sheep go astray. And hide thyself.
And hide yourself from it. You know, that's what people do. Just not to be involved
Or
have the responsibility of having to take that ox or that sheep. They hide themselves and act like they didn't see it. They don't want nothing to do with it. But this is not what the laws and the commandment, this is not what God teaches us. Go ahead, read.
Thou shalt in any case bring them again unto thy brother. Verse 2. And if thy brother be not nigh unto thee, or if thou know him not.
Now, if your brother is not nigh unto thee, or I don't know him, I know him not. Right? Go ahead.
Then thou shalt bring it unto thine own house, and it shall be with thee unto thy brother.
Then thou shalt bring it unto thine own house. And what?
And it shall be with thee.
And it shall be with thee until when?
Until thy brother seek after it.
Until your brother seek after it. So it's my job to take that ox or that sheep and bring it to myself. Bring it home. And my job is to hold that sheep until someone asks for it. That's the law. These are called laws and commandments, man. These are things that will cause God's attention to be drawn towards you. The only way to draw God's attention towards us, we have to start doing something.
That's right.
We got to start doing something.
That's right.
Some of us don't know what to do. Some of us have to be taught what to do.
That's right.
And when you're being taught what to do, some things you're not going to understand. Most things you're not going to understand. God have a tendency of showing you certain laws without you. God want to see you fulfill these laws without you being able to understand why. Because it's not for us all the time to ask why. Why? Everything we deal with and want, we want an explanation.
That's right.
We want to be explained why. We want to be told why.
That's right.
We want to know an explanation for things that God never explained. We never read an explanation in the book, but we want an explanation. Why do we look for an explanation? And if there's no explanation there, the people put an explanation on it. They pick up their own explanation. Now they want to tell you what God meant. You don't know what God meant because he never explained or said what he meant. He just said, don't do it. He just gave the order. And we have a hard time hearkening and listening to orders. That's the problem. We have a hard time listening to orders and instructions. Tom Sheep. People like that can't serve God, man.
That's right, brother.
You can't serve God if you have a problem with orders and instructions.
That's right, brother.
Tom Sheep.
And it shall be with thee until thy brother seek after it.
Tom Sheep.
And thou shalt restore it to him again. In like manner shalt thou do with his ass.
In like manner shalt thou do with his ass. Read.
And so shalt thou do with his raiment.
And so shalt thou do with his raiment.
And with all lost thing of thy brothers.
With anything that your brother has lost.
Which he hath lost.
Thou
hast found.
And you found it.
Shalt thou do likewise.
See, God put you in the situation to see if you are going to allow your emotions to get the best of you.
That's right.
A lot of us allow our emotions and our feelings to get the best of us, and it clouds and it blocks us from fulfilling the laws and the commandments of God.
Right.
You cannot allow your feelings to detour you away from serving God. And a lot of us do that. A lot of us get angry. Oh, don't get him angry. Don't get her angry. Once he or she get angry, God's laws is out the window. Because now I begin to satisfy myself. Now I begin to satisfy how I feel.
That's the real person.
Huh? Now you are showing the real you. You are showing who you really are. When your emotions get involved, you don't see how God tries us according to our emotions. God tries us according to our feelings. And when he involves feelings and emotions, you begin to choose yourself and not God. You begin to choose yourself. Because right now, I'm angry. Right now, at this point in time, I'm tight. And the only thing that's going to satisfy my anger if I get this done. Because stubbornness starts to set in. When you get emotional, your stubbornness and your rebellion begins to set in. It takes over. Let's read.
Thou mayest not hide thyself.
Thou mayest not hide thyself. Verse 4.
Thou shalt not see thy brother's ass or his ox fall down by the way, and hide thyself from them. Thou shalt surely help him to lift them up.
So this ass and this ox are burdensome animals. Yeah. And when the ass and the ox fall down by the way, which means you done put too much burden. You done put too much load. You done put too much on them. Huh? It's even mentioned an ox.
Even an ox. That's right.
You know how strong an ox is?
Ox is very strong.
An ox is very strong. And if you overload the ox, he's going to go down. Which means if an ox, a burdensome animal, the amount of burdens that you don't put on the ox, slow them down. Everybody have a limit, man. Everybody got a limit. That's why wisdom came into Jethro and instructed Moses. He said, "What are you doing, Moses?" He said, you handling too many matters. It's too many matters that you're handling. He said, listen, appoint officers. Appoint officers. Now, the qualifications of an officer, number one, you got to look the part. You can't be an officer and bald head. You know why you can't be an officer and bald head? Because you're going to come up on the beamer and you're going to teach law. And then people that's just coming in or that been there going to see you as a head or a leader. And they're going to see it's okay. I see Chief so-and-so or Prince so-and-so bald their head. So I'm guessing it's okay. Huh? So you got to look the part.
That's right, bro.
Men of vigor. Huh? What is it? Hating unjust gain. Huh? Men of truth. Hating covetousness. Able men. You know what able men is? You know what able men is? Able man covers a lot. If you shave your head and bald your face, you're not able. You're not an able man. Because you're not. If you're eating things out, or you have to be a man. A man about God and His laws and His commandments.
Right. That's right.
You got to be about this, man. Because we right now today we make anybody an officer. You got to be an example. We make anybody an officer. Anybody could be an officer now. Huh? At first, in order to be an officer, a chief, or a prince, you know you had to pass a test.
Thank you.
You have to pass a test to be a chief man or a prince.
That's right.
You have to grow your beard. You have to grow your hair. It was qualifications that went down in B'nai Zakim that you had to go through in order to be an officer.
That's a fact, brother.
Now, anybody's officers. Everybody's a teacher. This ain't a spot for everybody because people come up here and teach contrary to what God said. People come up here and say things that's not in the book. I'm teaching the people by to take 18 minutes for leavening to set it.
And I don't see it in the book. See, one thing about me, you can't tell me nothing that I don't read here. Don't show me no other book. I don't want to see no other book. Show me what God said. And according to what God said, I will believe it. But if I don't see it here, I ain't got to take your word for it. I ain't got to agree with it because I don't read it here. Look, the books that we use has to coincide, have to align, have to match this book. You got to support this. You know why? You have to move that way because we don't have no prophets here. Ain't nobody here that is inspired by God to explain every detail in here. Nobody's here like that. Let's read.
Verse 5.
Verse 5.
Deuteronomy chapter 22, verse 5.
Deuteronomy chapter 22, verse 5. Read
The
on.
woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man.
Uh-oh.
Neither.
Now, I have to go into this because we had some questions last week where our sister said that our elder. Now, we got the erroneous idea that every 60 and 70 and 80-year-old men are elders, which is false. Your age don't put you in the position of an elder. Right. Qualification and character do. Right. How I know that? Read Numbers 11, verse 16. When he said, when God told him, he said, choose 70 men amongst your people who are elders, whom thou knowest to be elders, which means everybody did not fit the qualification of an elder. There is qualifications, not just age. Age don't make you an elder. There's qualifications that makes you an elder. That's right. There's a character that makes you an elder. And if you go on the side from what God said, you're not an elder. You're not an elder. Because there is a thing called an old adulterer that doted. Read the book. I said there is a thing called, in Ecclesiasticus, it says an old adulterer that doted. He's an old adulterer. He's an elder too? Because he's old? No. So we have to be choosy. We got to be selective with who we get our information from. Because now we're going to get into the Hebrew. Okay? Again. This is plain English, man. And before I go into the Hebrew, we're going to go into the English. First of all, most Israelites haven't finished school. So we don't comprehend too well. So according to the English, it says, the woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man. Now the definition of pertain means belonging to. Right. Which means whatever belongs to a man, a woman don't have no business wearing it. Right. It wasn't specific. Right. You can't tell me what God is talking about or what God means. Which means anything that belongs to a man, a woman shouldn't wear it. Right. Now, mind you now, this is being reiterated by God. That's right. God is speaking this. I said, God is speaking this. Right. And he's reiterating it to Moses. And at the same time, it says Moses wrote it. Oh, that's Moses right. Didn't write it. He wrote the first 5 books. God was instructing him. God instructed him. God quoted in Moses. Come on, man. So now it says, the woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man, neither shall a man put on a woman's garment. For all that do so are an abomination unto God. To stay in the clear path with God. To stay in the clear path with God. We need to stop. We got to stop. Okay, so now we're going to get into the Hebrew. Okay? The Hebrew in Deuteronomy 22, verse 5, it said, Lo, Okay. Lo yiyeh keli geber. Now, Israelites, we even changed the definition of Hebrew words.
Yeah.
Geber means a warrior, yes. And brothers say, oh, it ain't talking about you. It's talking about a warrior's tool. But geber also means a man or male.
Something masculine.
Something masculine. Okay? Okay? Lo yiyeh keli geber. Okay? Keli geber is a man's utensil, a man's tool, article, vessel, container, a garment.
Garment is in there.
Okay?
Dress, garment. That's right.
Okay? Shall not. Okay? Pertaining unto a man, the woman shall not wear. Right? Now, you know the Hebrew word for wear? It means Allah. Allah. You know what Allah means? Upon or concerning a woman. That's what Allah means. So a man's utensil, a man's article, a man's vessel, container, or garment shall not be upon a woman, shall not be concerning a woman, which means even men matters. Matters that has to deal with men, women what didn't involve themselves in it. Read the book. Concerning or upon. They didn't involve themselves in it. Right? Shall not be upon a woman, for all that do so are an abomination of God. Tom sheet.
If a bird's nest chance to be before thee in the way, in any tree, or on the ground, whether they be young ones or eggs, and the dam sitting upon the young or upon the eggs, thou shalt not take the dam with the young.
Thou shalt not take the dam with the young, but thou shalt anywise let the dam go. Wait, go back. If a bird nest chance.
If a bird nest chance to be before thee in the way, in any tree, or on the ground, whether they be young ones or eggs, and the dam sitting upon the young, or upon the eggs, thou shalt not take the dam with the
Which means what? They did not take the eggs. They left the eggs under the mother so that it can be hatched.
Right.
You know what the eggs are? The eggs is the embryo.
Embryo, fetus.
The fetus. That's the baby that's being formed.
Sitting in a liquid.
Huh? It's sitting in liquid. That's what the eggs are. Eggs are like the seed, the sperm that comes from a man, and the eggs fertilizing the sperm, and you go in there and snatch that and eat it.
Yeah.
It's the same thing as doing that with a bird.
Same thing without the shell.
Without the shell.
Fertilized human egg. That's correct.
That's all it is. Correct. It's an embryo. And our forefathers didn't eat eggs. We didn't eat eggs. And we shouldn't be eating anything with eggs in it.
They didn't eat nothing unborn.
That's right.
Tom sheet.
Nothing unborn. And the dam sitting upon the young or upon the eggs.
The dam sitting upon the young or upon the eggs.
Thou shalt not take the dam with the young.
But
thou shalt not in any wise let the dam go and take the young to thee, that it may be well with thee, and that thou mayest prolong.
That it may be well with thee, Yatab, that it may be good or that you may be pleasing in the eyes of God. So when we fulfill these laws and commandments and statutes in this book, that's what pleases God.
That's right.
We are being shown how we can please God by fulfilling his laws, commandments, and statutes. So when we go against what God said, do you think we're going to be pleasing in God's eyes? No. You end up being distant. You end up pulling yourself away from God. Why? Because we're not fulfilling or doing the things that pleases him. We're not doing the things that please God. So you truly believe that God is going to continue to love us and we're going against his laws? We're going against his statutes. We're going against his commandments. God can't love us that way. I said, God can't love us that way. You show your love for God by fulfilling his commandments, his laws, his statutes. That's how you show your love for God. You can't tell me you love God and you go against, and you do things contrary from what you. Go ahead, read.
When thou buildest a new house,
Uh-huh.
then thou shalt make a battlement for thy roof.
So when you build a new house, it's your responsibility. It's your responsibility to build a battlement. Now, a battlement is like something that you build around the roof so that if anyone go up there and fall from there, the blood won't be on you. If a person fell from your roof after you didn't put up a battlement, that means he wanted to commit suicide. He climbed it and jumped off on his own. Go ahead.
That thou bring not blood upon thine house, if any man fall from thence. Thou shalt not sow thy vineyard with diverse seeds.
Thou shalt not sow thy vineyard with diverse seeds. To sow is to plant. Diverse seeds means different seeds, which means God is only talking about planting. There are certain fruits that came about during cross-pollination. You can eat those fruits because the seed cross-pollination is when the wind blows and carries seeds from this tree to that tree, and it starts to pollinate and it starts. All right?
Yeah, they call that wild.
Okay, exactly. You can eat those. God ain't talking about that. The only thing what God is talking about is about planting two different types of seeds.
Right.
When you plant these two seeds, that's what profane and it becomes defiled. Go ahead, read.
Lest the fruit of thy seed which thou hast sown, and the fruit of thy vineyard be defiled.
Those type of fruits you can't dedicate to God in the fourth year. Those fruits is defiled. God don't want those fruits. Those fruits is profane. And the fruits that was dedicated to God in the fourth year, God don't eat those fruits. Those are fruits that is given to the priests. Those are fruits that's given to the temple. The high priest, the priest, his children. That's what they ate.
That's what they ate.
Tom Sheep.
Thou shalt not plow with an ox and an ass together.
Okay. So during pollination, there is other apples produced. Then it begins to develop different characteristics from the tree it lands on. That's why you see certain fruits, when it lands on different fruits, it starts to acquire or attain certain characteristics of the fruits that it landed on. And then it produces and grows. You can eat those fruits. Okay. Verse 10. Read that over.
Thou shalt not plow with an ox and an ass together.
Plow. Right? To plow, which means you should not work. Right? Right? As in, you can't plow an ox or an ass together. In Exodus, in Leviticus 19, it speaks about 19, verse 19, it says, you should not gender two different animals together. To gender means to mix or hybrid. Okay? Introspective hybrid are bred by mating individuals from two species, normally from within the same genus. The offspring display traits and characteristics of both parents, but are often sterile, preventing gene flow between the species. So when two different species mate, their hybrid offspring be unhealthy or sterile. Often only one sex is affected. Sexually difference in fertility and follows a pattern known as Haldane's rule, right? Which states that hybrid are afflicted more when they inherit two different chromosomes. Right. So when you plow these two different cattle together, one or both of them suffers pain because one is stronger than the other. Because the movement is not equal. They have different characteristics. A donkey has a smaller body mass than an ox. And because of that, its strides is much shorter than the ox. The ox eventually dies from the chemicals from the donkey's breath. Huh? Right, the donkey, I said it wrong. The donkey dies from the ox. The ox breath has a lot of chemicals that when he breathes, it's very toxic. It kills the other animal.
Only another ox.
Okay, only another ox can work with that ox. Tom Sheep.
Thou shalt not wear a garment of diverse sorts.
Thou shalt not wear a garment of diverse sorts. We don't even look at tags no more.
Yeah.
We don't look at tags no more. We just buy clothes and we don't check the tag if it says 100% cotton, 100% wool, 100% linen, 100% silk. So what law are you doing? Well, it's not guaranteed that the 100% cotton is 100%. Well, I'm going to do my best with what I've got now. I said we have to do our best with what we have now. A sister went to college and she said that her instructor told her that there is a way to find out to test the material to see if it's 100% cotton.
Right.
So she said that when you burn cotton, it ashes out. When the cotton is mixed and you burn it, you find hard.
Right.
It hard. It don't ash out. Some hash out, some gets hard, which means, and that shows that it's mixed. Okay. Polyester, Dacron, Acron, that's plastic. That's not material. Linen ashes out.
You smell plastic.
Right.
It's mixed.
Wool ashes out.
Ashes out. That's real.
So we should not be wearing material that's mingled.
Right.
He said mingle fabrics. He said mingle fabrics shall not be upon. Means even they didn't even want to. They break with the law that they didn't want to come in contact with it.
Right.
Which means your sheets. Your sheets that's on your bed should be 100% cotton, wool, linen, or silk. Your blankets that you cover yourself should be 100% cotton, wool, or linen, or silk. We got to start looking at these things like a swine.
That's right.
Like a swine. You see how you look at swine? You got to start looking at that the same way. Huh? Hmm?
That's right, bro.
Time sheet.
Thou shalt make thee fringes upon the four quarters of thy vesture, wherewith thou thyself.
Read that again. What verse is that?
That's verse 12.
Go ahead, read it.
Thou shalt make thee fringes upon the four quarters of thy vesture.
Thou shalt make thee fringes. Upon what?
Upon the four quarters.
So that means, why do I continue to see Israelites with fringes on with no corners? But we say we do law. But we put on fringes and we don't put no corners. But the instructions of God, the instructions and the rules of God is clear. It said you should have four corners. The fringe shall be upon four corners, not on the boundaries or on the borders of your garments.
That's right, bro.
Okay? Four corners. Go ahead, read.
Wherewith thou coverest thyself.
Wherewith thou coverest thyself. What was that, 12?
12.
It said, Gedilim tasel lak. Al arba. Al upon arba is four. Comfort, corners. Upon the four corners. Ketsuka. You know what ketsuka means? Ketsuka means your covering.
That's right.
So guess what happened now? Because it says your covering, and I cover myself with more than one top, I got my garment on, and I have a t-shirt on. So you know what I do now? I put fringes on my garment, and I put fringes on my t-shirt, just to stay in the clear with God. I said, just to stay in the clear with God. And this is how we got to start doing these laws. We got to do these laws with being cautious before God, because we are not in direct contact to where God can explain nothing to us. So we have to read the laws of God and go all the way with it. We got to go all the way with it, man.
Right.
Just to keep ourselves in the clear so that we can be pleasing in the eyes of God.
That's the purpose.
And the only way to be pleasing in the eyes of God is by fulfilling these laws, commandments, and statutes. That's the only way.
That's
So if it says ketsuka, ketsuka means your covering.
That's right.
So if I cover myself with my garment, my fringes is on my garment.
That's right.
I got a t-shirt on. I put small fringes on my t-shirt. I even go as far as putting small fringes on my coat.
That's right.
I put a corner, two corners in the front. I put small fringes there.
That's right.
I put a little small split. I put two fringes there, just to stay in the clear.
That's
I go all the way. I'm not adding on because the book says Ketsuka. Ketsuka means you're covering.
That's right.
So everything I do is according to what we read and what I see here.
That's right.
Tamshi.
If any man take a wife,
If any man takes a wife,
and go,
which means you should not be taking woman that is not your wife.
right.
That's right.
I should not be going into woman that is not your wife. When we have when we are promiscuous and we cohabitate without marrying this woman or taking or have the intention of marrying this woman, you fornicate.
That's right.
That is called fornication. The Hebrew word for it says tin'af, right? It means adultery. Na'af. Na'af means adultery. Na'af also means to fornicate. Our forefathers didn't cohabitate with women that wasn't their wives. You had to be your wife or a concubine.
That's right.
If she's not, and the concubine has to be taken care of. Don't play
Same
games
thing,
with the
same
laws
thing.
and the commandments of God, man. Oh, she's my concubine, but you ain't taking care of her. You ain't taking care of her. Come on, man. Your wife got to be taken care of. Your concubine has to be taken care of. Don't play games with the law. Don't play games with God. Tamshi. Read that over.
If any man take a
If
wife,
any man take a
and
wife
go in unto her and hate
and
her,
go into her and hate her. You know, we have men like that will cohabitate and go into a woman, and then after he's done going into her, he despises her
don't
after.
even know her no more.
He despises her after. Go ahead.
And give occasions of speech.
Now,
against
what is
her.
the Hebrew word for occasions of speech? Alilot debarim. You know what alilot debarim means? False accusations. Okay? False accusations. You done came up with a false accusation against this daughter of Zion, against this Hebrew woman. Go ahead.
And bring up an evil name upon her. And
Now,
say,
what denotes hatred? If any man take a wife and go in unto her and hate her and give occasions of speech. So a false accusation denotes hatred. See, the book teaches us what word means. I said the book teaches us what words means. So when we falsely accuse, when I falsely accuse my woman, when we falsely accuse each other, it denotes hatred. Because we should not be falsely accusing nobody with no proof. We don't have no concrete evidence of what you're saying. And you don't have two or more witnesses. You know what we go by? A feeling.
Uh-oh.
Or probably, or maybe because you don't like the person. So we go by that. My spirit just don't take him or her. What are you talking? And then you ask the person, what did he do? Why your spirit don't take him? Oh, I don't know. Well, you got a problem with yourself. You got to search yourself. Because that man or that woman didn't do nothing for you to despise him. You just didn't. Come on now. Let's read.
And say, I took this woman, and when I came to her, I found her not a maid.
I took this woman, and when I went into her, she wasn't a virgin. That was a heavy penalty. That was heavy right there. You know why? Because if a woman wasn't a virgin, she was married. If she wasn't a virgin, she was either married or divorced or a widow. Because of that, I don't read nowhere in the book where you had a divorce case. I didn't read nowhere in the book where there was a divorce case. Okay? Go ahead. Now, a widow now, her husband died. She don't have a husband. So she's a widow. She remained to herself, which makes her a widow. Now, if she decides to get remarried, there is nothing wrong with that. That is her obligation. That's her duty. There is no iniquity if that woman wants to get remarried. There's no iniquity in that.
She has that option.
She has that option. Whether she wants to get remarried or whether she don't want to get remarried. She wants to stay to herself.
That's right.
Tamshi.
Then shall the father of the damsel and her mother take and bring forth the tokens of the damsel's
Take
virginity.
and bring forth the tokens of who? Of the damsel's virginity. You know what the tokens are?
Gotta have that.
These are things that we have to take more serious in Israel.
That's right.
I said, these are things that we must take more serious in Israel because we read it in the book and we see the importance of doing these things. The importance of a woman's tokens, which means when she gets penetrated, she's gonna bleed. There's things, certain things is gonna transpire. As soon as you're done, you have to take that sheet and whatever that fell on, save that and give it to your father and your mother, so that these are proof that my daughter was a virgin. My daughter wasn't out there in the street sleeping around. You got my daughter out of my house. And now you want to lie and falsely accuse my daughter like she's this and the other? No, man. And you got men today like that. Oh, she was no good. But she was good enough to do what you did to her, right? I said she was good enough to do what you did to her. Now all of a sudden she ain't no good. We have to realize that God give us according to who we are. God give us according to who you are. God is, if you ain't portraying or showing or emanating righteousness, you think God is going to prepare you a woman of virtue? No. He's going to give you according to your match. So now, go ahead, let's read.
Then shall the father of the damsel and her mother take and bring forth the tokens of
the damsel's virginity
unto the elders of the city.
And
the damsel's father shall say unto the elders, I gave my daughter unto this man to wife, and he hated her.
Read that over.
And the father shall say, I gave my daughter unto this man to wife, and he hated her. And lo, he hath given occasions of speech against
and he falsely accused her. Go ahead. What verse you at?
Saying in 17. I found not thy daughter a maid, and yet these are the tokens of my daughter's virginity. And they shall spread the cloth before the elders.
And they shall spread the cloth. You know the Hebrew word for cloth? It wasn't no regular rags. It says simla. Simla means her dress.
Because you're going to get on her.
It means her dress.
They don't fully get naked.
Which means she probably wasn't even fully naked. Or on the remember, they're in the field in tents. You gotta remember that. They're not in the house. They're in tents.
That's right.
Go ahead,
Different
read.
environment.
Different environment, read.
The elders of that city shall take that man and chastise him.
Take that man and chastise him. A lot of us do wrong and can't accept the punishment. A lot of us do things and can't accept the penalty. Now that shows how just you are with God. That truly shows if you are truly for God, because we tend to do things to each other. We tend to do things to our woman and we're in penalty, and we cannot accept the penalty. You don't want it done to you. So why do we do things to each other that you wouldn't like done to your daughter? See, we got to learn that we have daughters, and we want our daughters to be treated a certain way. So if I want my daughter to be treated a certain way, I have to treat this woman a certain way, who I call my wife, because she also is someone's daughter. Gotta realize that, man. Gotta realize that. And sometimes we get all emotional and get stirred up and get angry. But again, one thing I'm gonna remember, and one thing I have to keep in my mind, is the laws and the commandments of my parents.
That's right.
Because if you can't honor your parents, then how you gonna honor God? How you gonna honor God if you can't honor what God gave you and told you what to honor? Because God don't want to hear nothing about you forgot. King David said, I have not wickedly. King David, these are the words of King David. He said, I have not wickedly forgotten thy law, thy commandments. So to forget denotes wickedness. Yes. We can't forget. We have to make it our business not to forget God. Go ahead.
And the elders of that city shall take that man and chastise
The
him.
elders of the city shall take that man and chastise him, beat him. Go ahead.
And they shall immerse him in 100 shekels
100
of silver.
shekels of
And
silver.
give them unto the father.
Give
of
them
the
unto the
damsel,
father of the
because you
damsel.
have brought up an evil name.
Because you done falsely accused a man's daughter. Go
And
ahead.
she shall be his wife. He may not put her away all his days.
Uh-huh.
But, verse 20, but if the thing be true, and the tokens of virginity be not found for the
Uh-oh.
damsel,
Now, if the thing be true, and the tokens of virginity can't be found. Go ahead.
then they shall bring out the damsel to the door of her father's house.
Mm-hmm.
And the men of her city shall stone her with stones that she die,
Go ahead.
because she had brought folly
She
in
had
Israel,
brought folly in
to
Israel.
play the whore in her
To play the
father's
whore in
house.
her father's
So shalt thou
house.
put evil away from among you.
Okay, now. So when you have sex and you're not married, God said you're a whore.
That's right.
And this is the importance of keeping to yourself until you've been married off.
Be patient. Be patient.
Until you've been married off. It's very important because we're dealing with the same God. And because of our where we live at, certain penalties can't be done. But
Still sin.
there is certain things that holds over your head.
Still sin.
When we violate these laws, our violations that we have done against God is held over your head until you have made it good. Which means we have to, when we violate,
Yes.
we got to make good. We got to make good of our violations by improving, like what God told Cain. He said, why is your countenance falling? Huh? He said, if thou doest well, shall thou, I will exalt you.
I will
He said-
accept you.
He said, but if you don't do well, sin lies at the door. And unto thee shall it be your desire. So, when we don't improve before God, that keeps a constant forward mentality. A constant forward mentality is a mentality that is contrary or opposite to what God says. And now you want to wonder why these things lingers in my head and comes because before we violate the law, it comes here. It comes here first. But in order to keep these atrocious and volatile thoughts that is contrary to what God said, we have to improve in our life. We have to improve before God. We have to. But when we don't improve, there are things that we should be doing different. We shouldn't be the same way. Why? Because we have to all ask ourselves, what have I added on or took away to better myself before God since Yom Kippur? Everybody reads the law about there is a way that we should be eating meat. We can't be running to these stores and buying these meat because you don't know how the animal died. Oh, it's clean. No, it ain't clean. Ezekiel said, I have not defiled myself with meat that died of itself.
He made it clear.
That's right.
He made it clear. It was specific. So when we eat meat that died of itself, you're defiled before God. So why do we continue to eat these things, not knowing how the animal died? Not knowing if it was torn by beasts? Why do we continue to eat cold cuts? We can't eat cold cuts because you don't know how the animal died. But do we have the mentality to improve before God? Do we really want to improve before God? Is that your desire? Or you just talking? Or you just talking? Yeah, we just talk and just talk and just talk with no action behind it. With no action behind it. I want to be accepted by God. I want God to look at me and accept me. And the only way for God to accept you, we have to improve with law. We got to improve our lifestyle according to the curriculum and the standards that God has set. Not according to your mind. Stop. Go ahead, let's read.
Deuteronomy chapter 22, verse 22.
Uh-huh.
If a man be found lying with a woman married to a husband,
If a man be found lying with a woman married to a husband,
then they shall both of them die. Both the man that lay with the woman
Hold
and
up.
the woman.
So he says, so is veganism suggested? No. Veganism, you want to be vegan, that's your choice. But what I'm saying is, according to the laws and the commandments of God, if you desire to eat flesh, you have to make your own kill, because there is requirements to eating meat. If the animal died of itself, you cannot eat it according to the curriculum and the standards that God has set. If the animal has been torn by beasts, you cannot eat it. Those are the rules. If you can't get your meat live, then you shouldn't be eating meat. But most of us have a hard time giving up. We have to learn, in order to improve with God, we have to give up. We have to give up. We have to sacrifice our likings to fulfill the commandments of God. We have to sacrifice our taste buds to fulfill the commandments of God. We have to sacrifice things and show God that I'm able to give this up so that I can gain your attention, so I can gain your love, your mercy. And that's what we need to realize, man. That's what we need to realize. Let's read it.
If a man be found lying with a woman married to her husband,
if a man be found lying with a woman that is married, and a lot of, who get caught with this? Being promiscuous. When you are promiscuous and you sleep around, women will come to you and be married, and they will lie to you. They'll lie to you and tell you that they ain't married.
That's right.
Months later is when you find out, I'm married.
But they separate.
And you look, you say, oh God, what did you do to me? No, what did you do to yourself? There is something that I've done down the line in my past that God has led me to this abominable woman that is married. There's something I did in my past. See, these things are domino effect. It's a domino effect. What you did before will lead me to what I'm doing now.
Right.
What we do before is what leads us to our present. Go ahead.
Then they shall both of them die. Both the man that lay with the woman and the woman.
Both the man that lay with the woman and the woman. Both of you's got to go. Read.
So shalt thou put away evil from Israel.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 23. If a damsel that is a virgin be betrothed unto
If a damsel that is a virgin be betrothed,
unto a husband, and a man find her in the city.
Now a man find her in the city
and lie with her.
And he lies with her.
Then ye shall bring them both out unto the gate of that city, and ye shall stone them with stones that they die. The damsel, because she cried not.
The damsel, because you ain't cried not. Being in the city, read.
The man, because he had humbled his neighbor's wife. So thou shalt put away evil from among you. But if a man find a betrothed damsel in the field.
If a man find a betrothed damsel, which means she's promised. She's betrothed. She's engaged. She's promised to someone. Read.
Then and the man force her and lie with her.
Now you forced her, which is rape. You don't rape the woman. Read.
Then the man only.
The man only
that lay with her.
That lay with her shall die.
But unto the damsel thou shalt do nothing. There is in the damsel no sin worthy of death. For as when a man riseth against his neighbor and slayeth him, even so is this matter. Verse 27. For he found her in the field, and the betrothed damsel cried, and there was none to save her. If a man find a damsel that is a virgin, which is not betrothed,
she ain't betrothed,
and lay hold on her and lie with her,
and he lay hold on her and lie with her,
and they be found, then the man that lay with her shall give unto the damsel's father 50 shekels of silver.
You gotta pay. You know what a dowry is? In Exodus 22 speaks about a dowry. And the amount of money, the amount of money was the estimate or the price range of a house
Or real estate.
or real estate or land. That's how important a woman's virginity was so held up. Huh? You gotta pay for that, man.
You had to have something.
You gotta have money.
That's right.
You gotta have money, man. And this is why we sold ourselves to serve for our brother.
That's right.
That was a means of occupation.
Yes.
So when the 7th year of release comes, I get released and I get furnished liberally out of everything that I worked for in that 7 years. So now I'm able to go provide for myself, get me a place. I can get married. I can have children. See, these things was done in order. In order. I didn't look for a wife and I ain't got nowhere to put her. So before I look for a wife, I find me a good paying job, not a cashier. You can't work at McDonald's at a cashier register and then you talk about you want to get married. No, because you have to have benefits and medical benefits and all these things to cover your woman. You got to cover her because most of us die first,
Yes.
and the woman get left alone
Yes.
most of the time. So we gotta think about that and cover our woman. Put her down on certain things. Put names down. Annuity, benefits, this, pension. Put all that down. Send it in. Because you don't know when God gonna send. You don't know we don't know when the day of our death is. Tom, see?
If a man find a damsel that is a virgin, which is not betrothed, and lay hold on her and lie with her, and they be found. Then the man that lay with her shall give unto the damsel's father 50 shekels of silver. And
Is there a suggestion on what we should do or where should we get our meat from if we eat meat? Well, my sister, I used to get meat, and I got meat from my sister before because there's some brothers that go hunting. They go hunting, they kill the meat, boom, 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 and they will bring the meat. And that's how you have to seek out brothers that go hunting. They kill the meat, kill the animal, drain the blood out, cut it up, and send it to you. That's how I would suggest doing it. But as far as going into these stores and buying meat that you don't know how it died, you don't know if it was torn by beasts, and you're taking a chance eating these type of meat because it denotes iniquity. You're going to defile yourselves before God. Now we have to wonder, now when we defile ourselves before God, guess what happens now? Your thinking pattern is off. It throws your thinking pattern off. It throws your understanding off for God. The question and answer period, we're going to have a question and answer period after this chapter. We're almost done. Tom Sheep.
Deuteronomy chapter 22, middle of 29. And he shall give unto the damsel's father 50 shekels of silver, and she shall be his wife.
Right.
Because he hath humbled her.
Yeah, humbled her.
He may not put her away
He may not put her away all his days.
A man shall not take his father's wife and discover his father's skirt.
A man shall not take his father's wife. Your father dealt with this woman. What you doing looking at her? Huh? Nor discover the father's extremity. You know what an extremity is? The Hebrew word, he said, father's skirts. Yigale, uncover, kanaf abi. Kanaf means extremity. It means certain limbs of your father's woman you shouldn't even be seeing. It was all the way covered. So now, before we go into the question and answer period, I have one thing to show. In Genesis 29, verse 17, because it was a question that was asked, and the sister said that an elder said that Rachel was shapely. Now, again, not all elders are elders. Not because you're 70 and 80 years old means you're an elder. You know why I say that? Because in Numbers 11, verse 16, God told Moses, he said, pick you out 70 elders whom thou knowest to be elders, which means there's a characteristics, there's certain qualities and certain virtue, certain mannerism that comes with being an elder, because you have there was a thing called in the Ecclesiasticus, an old adulterer that doted, which means this dude is old, but he's still stuck in his rebellious and ungodly ways.
Right.
So pick who you pick. Be very careful who you receive information from. Genesis 29, verse 17, right? It says, Leah was tender-eyed, right? Leah was tender-eyed, but Raquel was beautiful and well-favored. So this elder told his sister that means that Raquel was shapely. That's false. That's false. Because when you read it in the Hebrew it says, Raquel Hayita Yefat To'ar. It means she was beautiful in appearance. She was beautiful to look upon. Nowhere in there described or said that Raquel was shapely. You know why? Because there's a thing called modest. And modest is just not how you dress. Modest is also a mindset. So I will wear my clothes as roomy as it takes so that I don't show off my shape. Because my shape is only for my husband. I don't need you to see every curve, every shiver, every dent, every cellulite. I don't got to see all that. I ain't got to see all that. Wear your clothes a little roomier.
You're exposing too much.
You're exposing too much. A modest person has a moderate, humble opinion of their own value and avoids showing off, dressing, and behaving in a proper, decorous way. A modest woman dressed in a way that minimizes skin exposure. Minimize skin exposure. Avoid tight-fitting and revealing clothes. So that's modesty. And if you feel you can't wear your clothes roomy enough not to show off your shape, then you don't have modesty in you.
That's right.
You don't have no modesty.
That's right.
Time sheet. So now, question and answer. Do we have any questions that needs to be, you want to ask any questions according to law? Oh, one thing I need to explain. Not because it's a feast means you can cook. Okay? Because in the last feast that passed, it says Meleket Abora. Meleket, the Hebrew word for Meleket is Melaka. Abora means to serve. The only place or the only feast that speaks about, what chapter is that? That speaks about cooking on the feast is the Feast of Unleavened Bread. It says, say which every man shall eat, not in Leviticus. Yeah, and it's the Feast of Unleavened Bread. I don't mention Passover because there was only one Passover. Feast of Unleavened Bread. Now, it's either in Exodus 12 or 13, it says, save which every man shall eat on the first day and on the last day. But it doesn't give this,
Exodus 12.
Exodus 12, verse what?
Verse 16.
Exodus 12, verse
16.
Verse 16. And in the first day there shall be a holy convocation. And in the seventh day there shall be a holy convocation unto you. No manner of work shall be done in them.
No manner.
No manner of work shall be done in them.
Cooking.
Okay?
Right.
That includes cooking, right? Save. So save means the only work that's permissible. Comprehension. Save. The only work that's permissible, that which every man must eat. That only may be done of you. So this is why I don't cook on these feast days. And the only day that I do cook on is the first and the last day of the Feast of Unleavened Bread. When the feast days come around, I cook my food from the day before.
That's right.
I prepare it the day before.
That's right.
Because you're taking a chance. Cooking on these feast days that it says there shall be no work. According to the Feast of Booth, it says no manner of work shall be done in them. But you have people that's cooking on these days, saying that you can cook on the feast days. No, you cannot. The only day that's specified you can cook is the first and the last day of the Feast of Unleavened Bread, which means we should be preparing our food from the day before. Okay? What is the question? You got any questions came up?
Sister Shakia.
Okay. What would the dowry price be in current money? I don't know, but this is a lot of money because it was like the
of a house.
it was like
land.
the estimate price of land.
Land.
When you look up and do the studies on a dowry, and what was it? It was the price of land. It was like the estate, yes. And now we have to use our
you have to be able to provide.
Right, but now today nobody has that type of money. So you mean to tell me you're not going to marry a daughter off? So we have to use our wisdom. We got to use our wisdom, and whatever that is reasonable to you, to your price,
as long as you can provide,
or whatever you can provide. But you have to come with gifts. You came with gifts. You came with with Jacob, was it Jacob? When he came and put a ring on rock, was it Jacob or Eliezer? Eliezer of Damascus. When he went to go get Rebecca, he came with gifts. Why? Because I'm receiving. Yeah, for everybody. I can't just give the gifts to the mother. I gotta shower every brothers get it, fathers, sisters, everybody getting gift down. Maid servants. Why? Because I'm receiving. And it's ungodly for us to receive without giving.
That's right.
Even information. He said, listen, I need to seek out a seer.
Yeah.
Right? There was a time of Samuel.
Yeah.
He said, but I don't have nothing to give him. Which means, according to what God said, when you are seeking information from a person, a favor, or when you want anything from someone, I have to give. This is why when I came to borrow, I always gave a pledge. A lot of us borrow and we don't give up nothing. According to what God said, you got to give up a pledge, something for collateral. But I come with my hands out. Can I get this, and this? And I don't have nothing to give.
Sister Amelia.
What was the question for that?
She want to know where our name comes from. 21st century.
21st. Oh, my father. That he named the Maccabees after the Apocrypha.
Yeah, you always consider.
There was some people. It was what's the father name? Mattathias. He was he had 5 rugged sons. And at this point in time in the Maccabees and the Apocrypha, the Israelites reneged.
They turned Greek.
They turned Greek at the Greek custom and Greek fashion. And when you read about it, it speaks about wearing hats. It speaks about wearing hats. Now you see the baseball cap that everybody wear, the fitteds. It talks against wearing those type of hats because back in these times they had the fitted cap with wings on the side.
That's right.
That's the first hat.
Okay, those was the first hats dedicated to Greeks and Rome, to their deities. He said they caused them to wear hats.
That's right.
Now Israelites walk around with fitted caps and don't know the history of these fitted caps. So Mattathias had 5 sons, and these 5 sons and their father were the only ones that stood up for God. And in order for them to keep the Shabbat without them running down on them, they had to flee to the mountains because Israelites was keeping the Shabbat and Greeks would run down on you while they're keeping Shabbat and kill everybody. So Mattathias and his 5 sons, they said, listen, if they run, we're going to keep Shabbat. We're going to fulfill these laws. And if they come, we fight. And they made their mind up. They had their sons and the father and a select few. Assyrians that made their mind up to serve God.
All who wanted to serve God.
Right. So my father named this the Maccabees.
Yeah, he always said this is the house of the Maccabees.
The house of the Maccabees.
He always said that. And he said, put 21st century.
Right.
So they know history is repeating itself.
Right. I see every camp, temple, and house do different, even though we do the same Torah. So you have to know how or what you follow. That's right.
That's correct.
And this is why we have a book. This is why we have a book.
Everybody
But
got
you know
their-
what's the problem? We read the book and we put our own explanation to
Don't
it.
stick to what it says.
Some things don't explain. Some things don't have an explanation,
You gotta read
and we explain it. We put our own twist to it. God didn't explain it. What inspired you to come up with an explanation that God never explained? And this is why when certain things don't have an explanation, it's your job to go all the way with it.
That's right.
Stick to it.
Do Israelites support arranged marriage? They should. They should. And they should respect it. I don't see
They're
why they
supposed to.
shouldn't.
That's
They're
right.
supposed to expect it.
Because if they don't, it's adultery.
Is it lawful to live in
Supposed to.
an apartment? Ain't nothing wrong with living in an apartment. Ain't nothing wrong with living in an apartment.
So that's available.
Huh?
That's all that's available.
Yeah. You can live in an apartment, you can live in a house, whatever you decide to live in, whatever you're comfortable with.
Whatever's convenient.
Right.
What your pockets can stand.
Exactly. Whatever
What you
you're
have coming in, you
exactly.
could provide for those bills.
Any more questions? If we don't have any more questions, I'm going to shut it down. And we'll be starting tomorrow at 11 o'clock. Shabbat Shalom.
I'm eating it. I'm still eating it. It's my fault.
That's because the Most High says we can't build houses on top of the others. Houses on top of another. What you mean by houses on top of another? I ain't never read about nowhere where it says you shouldn't build a house on top of another. It said the only thing that explains about houses or apartments when you build a house, the only thing I read about explaining or talking about that is when you build a battlement. You have to build a battlement around the roof so that if anybody go up on that roof, they don't fall.
Right.
The battlement is to keep the blood from off this
Right.
house and
Keep
off
an
of you.
accident from happening.
Keep accidents from happening. So that the battlement is big enough to where no one falls off the roof.
Right.
So if you build that battlement and someone fell off that roof, that means he had to climb that battlement.
That's correct.
So that blood is not upon you
That's right.
because you done built the
You
battlement.
prevented.
You prevented it
Yeah.
by building the battlement.
Now, there's times in history in the Apocrypha where it says the children of Israel observed the Feast of Booths for 7 days, and they built booths on top of their houses. Okay, that's valid. There's nothing wrong with that. If you want to make an extra pavilion or what they call King Asa had an extra room, like a loft
Right.
in his house. He made an extra floor in his house. You can do that.
Mm-hmm.
If I want to make an extra floor, but it has to be your building. It
Right.
has to be your property.
Right.
There's nothing unlawful with that.
Right. Because there's nowhere in the book that says it's unlawful. And with that, I hope I got what was bought. And I would say Shabbat Shalom. We'll be starting tomorrow at 11 a.m., 11 o'clock. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.